Welcome viewers, this is Winch here. Yes, you're seeing it again, Crysis 3 footage. If you're not sick of seeing it yet, you will be. What's up guys? Yeah, I'm bringing you this too. I know it's infected everything with YouTube right now. It seems like this is all you see on YouTube. At least that's my perspective when I check my sub box. Everybody and their mother wants to play this game. And from what I've observed, this is of course my first posting of this game. What I've observed, it seems pretty popular. Of course, this is the beta version. I'm just gonna go ahead and laugh right now if anybody genuinely thinks that this is an actual beta. This is really just a demo, but we're deeming it a beta, right? Because in less than 2 weeks, when this game's released, they're going to go ahead and get all these fixes and bugs that we see in the gameplay. I don't know why developers do this. I mean, I'm not complaining by any means. I think it's a good move. I think all gamers, or all developers should allow gamers to play their product before they buy it. Some do, some don't. Oh, do you hear it? You hear something? Oh, that's right. That's right. Not on my back. And I love that little proximity sensor that goes off. That's pretty stimulating, I will say. I think all developers should allow people to experience their game prior to buying it, and this is what we get with Crysis 3. So I'm very pleased with what I've seen. For the most part, I'm going to say this is a success. I think this game is going to be a success, but it's a little too soon to say. Oh, we hear it again. Oh shit, where's it at? Oh, where's it at? I have no idea. Oh, there he is, and I still don't see him. Yeah, guys, I'm a complete noob at this game, and you're not going to see beast gameplay by any means. Of course, by the way, this is PC gameplay. Yes, it is. I know the console scrub has succumbed to the pressures of the community. I've been defeated by the PC fanboys. I'm waving my white flag, gentlemen. It's over for console. And I'm sorry. It's just embarrassing at this point. I have played this on PlayStation 3, and we all know how much of a console fan I am. If you're not aware of it, I am a big console fan. It's what I'm comfortable with. It's what I got the most time on. But unfortunately, I have to say that we are at an end with console, with this last generation of console, that is. PlayStation 3 and Xbox are dead. I'm sorry, and it is just embarrassing to play this game on PlayStation 3. When you play it, I don't know about Xbox, I don't have an Xbox, but when I played on PlayStation 3, I was just astonished at the frame rates, the blurry lack of detailed textures. I mean, I just wanted to vomit. It was so bad. Now, Crysis 2, I remember playing that on console. I really enjoyed it quite a bit on PlayStation 2. I didn't play it on a PC at the time. But for the most part, it didn't feel too bad to me. But now, having played the PC version and then popping in the console version, I just can't do it. And even though I suck with the controls, and I suck with the keyboard and mouse, and I suck with not having my vibration feature, which I really love with my joystick. I have to move on. It's time to move on. Now maybe next year when the next gen consoles come out, I'll be all excited about that again. But we'll see what happens on this big announcement this month in February. But I digress. This game, that's what I'm here to talk about. Well-made game. I really enjoyed Crysis 2 again. I didn't play Crysis 1 that much. But for the most part, they have two game modes that we've had access to here. And you're seeing gameplay in these first few clips from the Hunter game mode, whether you are a huntee or hunter. You are whenever you're on the cell member side, that's just like the average human. You're basically just fighting off two hunters in the beginning of the match. Then as you die or get killed by Hunter, you turn into Hunter, so you have the fancy nano suit here and the crossbow, which is kind of humorous to me, this whole crossbow thing, because of course this whole concept of this game is this futuristic shooter where human beings have these incredibly advanced nano suits here that you can be invisible, or you can have increased armor, that kind of thing. And I love these end clips too. This is one of the greatest things I've seen in a first-person shooter. A highlight reel at the end, are you kidding me? I mean, this is genius right here. Where has this been all these years? So I find it humorous that we have this quote crossbow whenever you have this. We've got this huge multi-million-dollar, presumably expensive, fancy whistles and bells nano suit, but we're rolling around with crossbows. Okay, I guess you kind of have to have somewhat of a level, even playing field since you're playing against these human beings, these cell members. But tell you what, those weapons they have are incredible. One other game mode that occurred to me while I was playing this, obviously this is not, this is the alternate game mode called, shoot, forgive me as the name eludes me for the moment, but it's basically headquarters, if you want to call it that, if you're a Call of Duty fan or something like that. But that's bothering me. I can't remember the name of this game mode. It'll come back to me. Crash Site. There it is. Golly, I'm getting old, guys. But for the most part, I would like to see, as I was playing this, it occurred to me how you have the cell members fighting the hunters. What I would like to see is a game mode where you just have cell members versus cell members, just like a standard first-person shooter. Nothing fancy, no fancy suits, where it takes a lot of bullets, as you can see, to kill people, unless you're running with the shotgun, which is the most overpowered thing in the game. But that's another topic. But you can see it takes a lot of bullets a lot of times to put down guys, sometimes, you know, depending on their armor mode. And I know there's some controversy right now about the auto armor function. Now, if you didn't play Crysis 2, there's a big change with this Crysis 3 game, and that is that your energy management is much more simplistic. And I think it's a good improvement. Basically, how it worked in Crysis 2 before is anytime you move quickly or you were in a certain armor mode or stealth mode, you would just lose energy. And basically, energy was life. So the more you moved around and did all kinds of stuff with your suit, you drained your energy. Well, if somebody shot you with bullets, you basically had no energy left to absorb those, so you died like instantly, as if you didn't have any protection. So now they kind of simplified that to where if you're in armor mode like this, you can take more bullets, and you basically just have, for the most part, unlimited energy until you start taking damage. Obviously, it slows your movement down. Same thing with stealth mode. So that's a big change, but for the most part, it's better from what I've observed. But it still takes a lot of bullets a lot of times to put a guy down, so if you're not accustomed to that, it's a little bit of a learning curve. All things about this game are learning curves here. Here's a guy doing an air stomp down, and just he kind of failed there, and I've capitalized on that, but one gets me on later on. Very fast-paced game, but for the most part, it's a different type of shooter. It's a thinking man shooter. You got to outsmart your opponents, use your suit's advantages to exploit your opponent's weakness. Thinking on your feet. There's dynamics to this game unlike anything we've seen in first-person shooters. So I think this is a great alternative to the mainstream stuff that we've seen out there, Call of Duty, Battlefield, stuff like that. I think it's going to offer a refreshing appeal to those people looking for a little bit of a change. It doesn't feel like a futuristic shooter to me, like a Halo or anything like that. Not that I really have an experience playing that. It feels more like a tactical shooter to me. Again, there's a big learning curve. There's some great players out there in this game. Obviously, if you're a PC gamer, you got a huge edge on us console guys. But we're catching up. Again, the controls layout for PC isn't that weird, or isn't that bad. But right here, I'm having some weird glitches where, like, when I aim down sights and then fire, like, I lose the aim. I don't know if that's just something with my setup or what. For the most part, I'm really enjoying this game. I plan on purchasing it only for PC for the moment. There I am getting killed with the air stomp. Again, unfortunately on PlayStation 3, it just can't keep up with this type of game. I'm really disappointed they didn't come out 3 years ago with a new console, but obviously there were some hardware restrictions in terms of cost effectiveness and creating a system that would be affordable for the general masses out there. So they've had to wait a few years to be able to get the graphics cards and stuff like that down in price so they can release a PlayStation 4, Xbox 720, whatever you want to call them. But Crysis 3, in my opinion, we'll see what the reviews are. We'll see what the support is with EA, because we all know that can be glitchy here and there. Particularly, I haven't forgotten about Medal of Honor Warfighter. I mean, that still stings me in the side about how the EA just dropped support for that. There's a lot of problems with that with Crysis 2, how they just kind of drop support with it as well. So it depends. I think this game, based on the amount of word out there and the interest in this game, I think it's going to be a pretty big success, particularly since there's not much competition out there in terms of first-person shooters. Nothing really new in the market coming up besides Aliens versus Marines, Colonial Marines, which I'm kind of interested in getting because I'm a big Aliens fan. But other than that, I think this game's going to get on board with a lot of people. If you're not accustomed to Crysis 3, take an opportunity to buy it. I'm not saying don't buy it on console. If you don't have it, you can still enjoy this game, but you just don't know any better if you don't play on PC. But for most parts, I think this is a great game. Great changes too in terms of that hunter mode. That's a lot of fun in that game mode. I love this highlight reel. As I'll conclude it here at the end. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe to the video. I plan to have Crysis content to come in the future. Thanks for watching.